Please stay with us.
This is a live Channels television event.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Workers' Day. You're welcome to the platform Nigeria, powered by Covenant Christian Center. And we are live at the Covenant Place, Igomu, Lagos. Our first speaker for today is Mrs. Nimi Akinkugbe. Nimi Akinkugbe is the founder and CEO of Bestman Games Limited, the licensed distributor of customized editions of Hansborough's Monopoly game in 48 African countries. Her company launched the Lagos City edition of Monopoly, the first African city to be modeled into the board game in 2012. Prior to this, Nimi built a successful career spanning 23 years, first at Stanbic IBTC Bank, where she rose to the position of general manager and head private banking and director, Stanbic IBTC Asset Management Limited. She subsequently joined Barclays Bank as regional director, West Africa, for wealth and investment management, and became the chief country officer for Nigeria. Nimi is a member of the board of trustees of Ajimogobia Science Foundation, the artist committee of the Society of Music, Nigeria, and serves on the board of Leshego Microfinance Bank. She is also on the selection committee of Tony Elumelu Entrepreneurship Program and is a member of the Lagos State Economic Advisory Committee. She holds a bachelor's degree from the London School of Economics and an executive MBA from IESC, and also a diploma from the Royal College of Music, London. Mrs. Akinkugbe seeks to promote financial literacy as a tool for economic development and is a regular contributor to a host of prominent publications, including the Guardian newspapers, Business Day, Forbes Africa, Genevieve Magazine. Her articles have also appeared on websites and blogs such as Bella Naija, Lagos Moms, to mention a few. She's a regular guest on radio as well as TV. She's speaking today at the platform on a topic she's evidently passionate about, which is personal wealth management. Please join me as we welcome for the first time to the platform, Mrs. Nimi Akinkugbe.
Good morning, everyone. It is such an honor to be here with you all, and thank you all for taking the time out on this public holiday to spend time with us here today. It is a huge honor to speak among such distinguished speakers, and I'm very, very happy to have this opportunity to address you all. How did I get here? How did I start to talk about money? I spent about 23 years as a banker, and I came across extraordinary issues with money. Families who built extraordinary wealth. You know, a patriarch who would build a fortune, spoil their children, and lose it all. For the next generation, everything was lost. I saw people who built significant wealth, who didn't have any insurance, and one nasty illness decimated a whole lifetime of earning. I saw people who built wealth, who worked so hard, but never ever saved or invested. And suddenly they found themselves in retirement with nothing to live on. And they ended up being totally dependent on their children or family members. So what we're trying to do today is to try to show you some of the tools, some of the issues that come across, because money matters impact every single aspect of your life. So I'll be talking about planning. We've all heard the adage, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. It's so important to have a financial plan, and we'll talk a bit about that now. The beauty of addressing a young audience, relatively young audience, is that you have the incredible advantage of time. You have time on your hands, you have choices, and you can determine how your financial life will pan out. In your youth, you have a huge opportunity to set the financial pace of your life. And it's best to start early as possible. We'll run through 10 tips. We'll talk about setting smart goals, creating a budget, managing debt, building emergency savings, investing regularly and often, money and love, money and relationships, retirement, insurance, death, and giving. So let's start with a view of the financial planning life circle. Look at you in your 20s. Can you see how the graph goes up in a very sharp trajectory? 20s, 30s, 40s, and then it starts to peter out in your 50s, 60s. So how do you cope with life at that time when that income may not be coming in full force? It means you have to have been investing now for you to be earning the rent, the dividends, the business income at that time when you aren't working at the same pace as you can today. So what are your goals? We all need to have short, medium, long-term goals. What's your short-term goals? One of mine is to reduce my debt by 50% before December. It's not just going to happen, but debt can be overwhelming, so you've got to be deliberate about reducing your debt. It could be to buy yourself a car. What's your medium-term goal? Are you planning to get married and start a family? What are you doing about it? Are you setting money aside on a regular basis towards that? Do you plan to go back to school for a master's? Everything needs to be planned for. Smart goals, we've all heard about smart goals. They must be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. Look at your financial situation. Do you know what you're worth? How much do you have? Do you have 10 bank accounts and you don't know how much you have in each one? Or can you sort of put them together and have maybe 2 or 3 bank accounts, get a better interest rate? What are your needs? What are your wants?